This is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make a pair of hoop earrings to sort of match this really pretty crystal necklace that we made on our live on Monday morning. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I plan on doing to get this made. A pile of beads right here, and then I have some 20 gauge German style wire. We need about 5 or 6 inches, depending on how long you want, large you want to make it. I'm probably going to go with 5. 5 is plenty. So we need 2 pieces of 5-inch wire. So we'll cut that off. And this, like I said, is 20 gauge. So, and I did test all the beads to make sure they'd fit on there. The only thing I didn't test was the daisy spacers, which are, if they don't work, we'll just, sometimes they will get a little extra gunk in them and have to be cleaned out, but in general they're fine. So this one wire is a little bit longer. So we're going to trim that bit off. And then we are going to take our 2 wires here. And I'm going to get my bail making pliers. We're going to go with this pair. And we're going to make a loop on the one side. So just so like this. There we go. Now we're going to get our wire mandrel out and we're going to wrap around the handle to bring these together. Now you'll notice that because I already got the loop on the one side, I didn't pay as much attention to where the loop is going to. If we need to trim, we need to trim. We will worry about that when the time comes. So there we go. So we have our 2 loops here now, and because these are pretty gonna have a little bit of wear and tear on them, I'm going to take my steel block and we're going to hammer these a little bit with our nylon hammer so that they will work harden some. Flip it over. Okay. Okay. So now we've got those done. What we're going to do is we're going to take our beads and go just like we did with our necklace here. So we're going to start with a ball spacer, because that's how it ended right here. Then a daisy spacer, blue, daisy spacer, crystal, and then because our next one is the orange one, the peachy colored one, we want one of these flower bead caps, the peach one. Bead cap. And then a crystal again. Then we'll go back to the daisy spacer, the blue, daisy spacer, crystal, then the bead cap, the orange, peach, whatever color you want to call that, flower spacer, crystal. Now you can do this up as far up or as little as you want. It's entirely up to you at this point. Do you want your earring to be over here, like so? And I probably do. You could go even all the way up if you wanted to. I don't think I'm going to, but you could if you wished. When I get around to the point where I want to be done, I need to stop on the same way as over here. So it'll be the crystal, the daisy spacer, the blue, the daisy spacer, and then the ball spacer. Looks like I'm going to need some more bead caps here pretty soon. Now you do also have to remember that you're going to be turning this, so you're going to lose some of this space here. So this is probably going to be my last crystal, and then I will put on the ending stuff, this stuff. So, because we do need to turn this edge still. So, and ball. Now see how that looks? So now we'll take our bell makers and we're going to turn this side. And we'll have to bring these up some more, but you can see that this is about where we're going to be at. So we need to take our wires and just bring them in so that they're closer to each other, like so. And it's actually not as close as I would like it to be, but it's pretty close. And we'll work it some more once we get the other one done. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be, come on, you sit down straight on here, like so. And then this little cloud is going to go inside here. Now I do have still have two little lightning bolts, which I could also hang in here to mimic right here. And we might do that. We'll see. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our crystals. So I only have 4 out, so we'll need to get a couple more of those. Then we have 1, 2, 3 of the peach. And I'll need to get bead caps for those. 1, 2, 3, yep, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of our little blue ones. Looks like I need 1 more bead cap, and we're good with the other stuff here. So I'm probably going to put the rest of the things away, get my other bead cap out, and we'll start forming our second earring here. I'm going to start putting the second one together. We only need, this is what I figure we need right here. However, I have kept a few beads back in case we want to put them before the cloud. So we go with our ball spacer, daisy spacer, blue, daisy, crystal, bead cap, peachy color, bead cap, crystal, I may need to get a lint roller for this mat because Lily has taken to getting up here on here and leaving little gray and white hairs. Oops. Now there we go. Let's compare it. Make sure we have about the same amount. Looks good. So these two are extra. So we'll take our bell making plier again, get right here on the edge and twist this side over. This one looks like it's open just a hair's breadth here, so we don't want that, so we'll close that up. These are pretty closed. Now we want to take it again, just like we did with the other one, and just sort of bring it in to the front, to the back. Just wiggle it till it seems to be getting about where you want it. So there, we'll compare those two together, see if they're still looking good to each other. This one looks like it needs to do a little bit more bend. They're looking pretty good. So now this portion is done. Now we have to decide if we just want the cloud to go in the middle here, or if it needs a bead or two above it. Now, if I put a bead or two above it, there probably will not be room for the little lightning bolt. So there is that thing that you have to think about. Do you want that lightning bolt? If you don't care about the lightning bolt, then a couple of beads up there would be pretty. If we do want to put the lightning bolt in there, I think the most you're going to be able to put in is maybe one bead and the lightning bolt. So maybe one of the little blue ones. And the lightning bolt. So let's get the lightning bolt and see if the lightning bolt is something we actually even want to use. So here are the little lightning bolts. And if we put one on here, it is going to come down a ways. And it really wouldn't matter if it went over the edge of your beads if you don't care about it, that it does that. So we've got this little blue one here. So I'm thinking that's probably what we want right there, with the little blue one up at the very top. And we may want some daisy spacers, but we don't really have to have the daisy spacers because it's just one bead. So then here becomes the question, how are we going to put it together? So it's not too hard to put it together. What we're going to do is we'll get one little pin. We'll wrap that up, and then we'll start putting them together. A couple of shorter eye pins. So we're just going to open these eye pins up, and we're going to put our little cloud fixture on here and close it. Then we'll put a daisy spacer and our little blue. I think it's jade. Then we can put another daisy spacer if we wish. Now, if you wanted to, you could also put a ball spacer up at the top here, so it really matches the ending piece here. I think I'm going to take this daisy spacer off the top, though. We don't really need it. So since this is going to be going on with a jump ring is going to go into here, we want these to face the same direction as our rings up here. So we'll turn this and we'll do this way. So now we're going to do the same with our other one. Open this baby up, hook our cloud on, close it, put a daisy spacer on, and then our little blue bead. Now we can hook the little lightning bolts on right now, or we can wait and put them on in a little bit. I think they might work all right with I can't remember if I used one of these tiny little guys on this the last time. Looks like we had to use a medium one for the last one, so we will pay attention to that and do a medium one on this. And actually, because we will need medium ones up here, we're going to put one here with our lightning bolt, and then we'll have 3 at the top. And we'll probably need a couple large ones to finish it off. So we'll just get all our jump rings out right now, so we don't have to do it later. So now we can open up our medium jump ring and put it through our lightning bolt and then onto our cloud. Tighten that up. Now make sure that you feel the scrape when they come together, because the lightning bolt is pretty thin steel and it will do its best to slide out otherwise. So just an FYI there. So through the little lightning bolt, through the cloud, on, baby. And close it up. Now we need to take our bell making pliers, and I'll use my stepped one and the very smallest. We want our loop to go this way, like we said, so up and around and over. Bring it down, bring it around, and sort of get it into this lollipop-like shape. Do the same with our other one. Up and around and over. So now that we've got that, we'll take our pliers here and we're just going to wrap this up. Now you can use your fingers, or if it's lightweight enough, or you can get a second pair of pliers to do this. I like I generally will use a second pair of pliers when I'm doing this, but this is a nice wire, so I'm not too worried about needing to do that. So that will go in here. And if that little lightning bolt hits the bottom down there, I'm not going to worry about it. I think it'll be fine. So we'll hold those where the wires come together. Take our wire here and wrap it up. Now see, that one slid down. I don't want it down there. So I'm going to move it back up by putting my pliers in the loop and then at the ring and push it up like so. Cut the excess off. And then tuck this in. Now, actually, I think that this may be close enough that we don't need to have a jump ring for this. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to take and twist this. So let's see how well we're going to do with that. So we'll open up a couple of these. Because we have this length, though, we don't really need this to go up into here like this. So through here, close it up. Second one. And close it up. Now, when these come together, these will go up here, and then so will this go up above. Get out of the way, Crystal. Because it's going to match up with the ones that are already in there, I think. So we shouldn't need, hopefully, we won't need another jump ring. So let's put this together, and if it's falling all right, then we will twist the wire around so that our cloud will sit straight. But tuck these down like this. Go on here with this. Go up here. Now let's see how that's looking up there. Now it could come down a little bit. I don't think I'd have a problem with it being down just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, instead of twisting our wire around so that it's at a different spot. Since I only want a tiny bit of space, I'm going to get a little Tinky Tot, a 4mm. Actually, I only need 2. And we're going to put the Tinky Tot over that wrapped loop. So it is going to be what our wire is going to catch. So there we go. We'll do the same with this one. So now that one's ready to go too. So now the only thing we need to do is we got to put the wires on here, and we have to get our ear wires out. So we're just going to use some lever backs. And then we are going to put this one back together again. So we're going to take our big jump ring, which we already have open, slide this first one on, slide our little Tinky Tot through here, push the second one up into place so that it's not twisted up compared to where the other one is. Put it on. And then we're going to grab one of our ear wires and put it on. Close this baby up. And there is our first earring. All finished. Crystal, go over here where you belong. Now we do have a couple of extra things out. That's fine. We'll get them put away later. But what we need to do now is put these on this side. So now we will bring the big one in and open it up. Push these down this way. You go next. Now our little Tinky Tot, and then this guy. And we'll have to move him up into position properly. Ta-da! And then our ear wire. There we go. Close that up. And there is earring number 2. So our earrings are now finished. Oops, go away over there, over there, Crystal. There are our 2 earrings that match our necklace that we made the other day. And this is our necklace we made the other day. So you can see what I mean, how that fits nicely. Even this little cloud over here has a lightning bolt on it, just like those do. So there we go. There's our earrings. Aren't they pretty? There we go. There's our pretty earrings to match our necklace. Here's the necklace that we made on Monday's live. And then here is our earring. So they're pretty good sized tube. Ta-da! So I think it's really pretty little earring. It matches our necklace quite nicely. So there we go. Aren't those pretty? I really like them. I think they turned out really nicely, and they match our necklace just fine. So I hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.